Hi, welcome to the Creator's Compendium. I'm JD, and in today's video, I'll show you how to create animated maps in CapCut. It's really easy and it doesn't cost anything. In this video, I'll show you how to create these two types of animations. One is tracing a path of an object, and the other is like you see in the Harry Potter movies with the Marauder's map, tracking character footsteps. In the first example, I track the path of a pirate ship from one island on the map to another location. After importing the map and the image of the ship, I drag the map onto the timeline. Then I drag the image of the pirate ship onto the timeline also, and scale the image to size. I drag the image to the starting location on the map. Making sure I set the cursor at the beginning of the clip, I set a keyframe. Now I extend the clip on the timeline for as much as I need, and I move the cursor a little further along the timeline. When I do this, I move the image of the ship to where I want it to be at that point and set a new keyframe. I repeat this process until I get the image to where I want it to finish. Each time I make sure to move the cursor along the track before moving the ship to where I want it to be at that moment. Then I set a keyframe. To create the dashed route of the ship, I click on the text tool. I type a dash and change the color to red. Now I position the text behind the ship. I repeat this process by copying and pasting the text onto the timeline, each time moving the cursor a little further along the track before adding the next dash. The text bars should be staggered on the timeline. To copy the text, simply select it in the timeline and hit Ctrl-C or Command-C if using a Mac. Then hit Ctrl-V or Command-V to paste. When you paste the text back onto the track, it will be in the same position as the one before, so you will need to drag it on the video to where you want to place it. Just keep repeating this process. For the sake of time, I will speed up this part of the video. I add in some waypoints. You will notice when I play the video, the dashes start to disappear. If you don't want this to happen, make sure all of the text bars are extended to the end of the clip. And that's how you create an animated route on a map in CapCut. Once you know how to do this, creating an animated map like the one you see in Harry Potter, the Marauder's map, is easy, but I'll show you how anyway. In this example, I even created my own footprints using Photop, a free version of Photoshop. If you want to know how I did this, watch until the end of the video and I'll show you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. I start by importing into CapCut the map I wish to use and the images of the footprints. The left and right footprints should be separate images. You can create your own footprints or find images online, and even have different types of footprints or colors to represent different characters. I drag the map onto the timeline and extend the image for as long as I want the clip to play. Next, I drag the left footprint onto the timeline and change the scale to suit the map. I place the footprint where I want it to appear. When I place the right footprint onto the timeline, I can match the scale of the left footprint simply by typing in the percentage. Notice how I have staggered the images of the footprints on the timeline. You don't want both footprints appearing at the same time. I keep copying and pasting each footprint in an alternating pattern, making sure I stagger them on the timeline. If I want the footprints to start disappearing, I adjust the length of the image on the timeline. I just keep repeating the process. Remember that when you copy and paste an image on the timeline, it will be placed directly over the image you copied. So remember to move the image on the map to the correct spot. Here is the finished product. For those wanting to know how to create a simple footprint in Photopea, keep watching. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this video. To make the footprints, go to the Photopea website and click New Project. Select a canvas size. I actually chose the 800 by 800 pixels, but then reduced this down to 100 square pixels. You should also make sure to select a transparent background. I choose the Rectangle Select tool and draw a rectangle on the canvas. I then use the Fill tool to color the rectangle black, the foreground color. Now I will use the Eraser tool to rub out the edges of the rectangle to make it the shape of a foot. Make sure you pay attention to which foot you are creating. We will simply create a copy and flip this image for the other foot. To cut out the middle section of the foot and make it look like a shoe print, simply use the Rectangle Selection tool again, but this time hit the Delete button to remove the color. Once we have saved the image as a PNG file, simply go into the Edit menu, choose Transform and select Flip Horizontal. Now save the image as the opposite foot. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time.